Hi everyone! So this is going to be a bit of a different video. I don't know why this idea came up to me and I'm like, I need to make it. So if you've seen those like ranking videos where people like rank products they've tried or rank shows or rank whatever, I'm like, why don't I do that but with all the rugs that I've owned? So if you follow me on Instagram, and if you don't already, make sure you follow me. I have gone through so many rugs in basically all of our apartment in the last year that we've been here. So I definitely think that rugs are something very personal and can add a lot to a space or take away from a space. So I feel like getting the rug right really makes a huge difference. And that's why it's taking me so long to go through all of these different rugs. And of course, like I want to buy a nice rug that's good quality and looks good, but I also don't want to spend a fortune on it because rugs can be so expensive. So I've gone through a lot of rugs and I feel like I am more experienced now with the rugs and I'm ready to go back and almost like a trip down memory lane, like see all the rugs that I've owned and what I think about them now, or would I buy them again. So I have my computer ready and we are going to tear some of these rugs apart. I'll try to go in like chronological order, so like the rugs that I first owned all the way up to like the final few. So these are the rugs that probably I like recently found, or after going through a lot of trial and error, like I finally settled on this rug. So those will probably be in like the higher spots, but the rankings are top creme de la creme. Take my money. So these are the rugs that I would buy over and over again. I would buy them full price, which if you know me, I love a good sale and I almost never pay full price for like anything. So if I am willing to pay full price for something, she's good. Next, would buy if it's on sale. Maybe it's not like the best rug in the world, or maybe I have something better, but if it's on sale and I can save some money, why not? You know, like maybe I will buy it again. Then not for me, but not half bad. So these are the rugs that I don't necessarily have anything against personally. Like I think that they were really beautiful, but for whatever reason, they didn't work for me specifically. So these are rugs that I wouldn't necessarily bash on. I think like other people might really like them, or maybe if I was in a different home with a different setting, different floors, they could have worked. In this space, they don't. And the last, that's like the bottom of the pile, not even if you paid me. So I would not buy these again, and I would not recommend you all to buy them. Okay, so let's get started. We have a lot of rugs to go through. The first rug is the first rug I bought for this apartment. We needed a bathroom rug so that we wouldn't, you know, eat shit coming out of the shower. I just bought like a really cheap one that was on Target. It was on sale. I think normally it costs like 15 bucks, but it was on sale even back then. So I bought it for less than that. And this one is an easy choice, not even if you paid me. I mean, for the price, like you get what you get. It's a really cheap rug and it was pretty big. I think it was like 6 feet. It was just not good. It was not good quality. We have a black dog, if you don't know, my beautiful loving Loki. He's black and white, and even though I've had and still have white rugs, I don't know what it is about this rug that trapped hair like crazy. It looked like gray by the end of it. It was so nasty looking. Like it looked like a matted dog that got wet and thrown in dirt, and it was just really, really bad. So I'm just gonna immediately, I don't need to say anything else before I get heated. It's not even if you paid me. Very simple. Then the other rug I bought, I think it's actually from the Studio McGee collection. This was my second rug that I got, and I've definitely seen a lot of people use it for the entryway. The only thing that ended up not working for me was the color. Some like beigey brown colors at Target run a little like pink, or just run a little warm. So I thought it would like clash with everything else that I had, which has more of like a darker muted tone. So that's the only reason I got rid of it, but I thought it was a great rug. It was really cute. I think it is wool, and even then it didn't shed. It did trap a little bit of dog hair, but it wasn't very noticeable or anything like that. So I thought it was a great rug. So I would put it on not for me, but not half bad. I would definitely recommend others to get it. It's a gorgeous little entryway rug to have like underneath another rug. I think it's so cute. It's just personally not my color palette, and it wasn't working with my home. The next rug I believe was our kitchen runner. I think that was one of the first early rugs that we bought. I loved this rug at the time. I thought it was amazing. It was beautiful. It was a little bit overpriced now looking back on it, because I didn't know at the time like how much rugs were supposed to be or not. Now I'm like, it's a little bit overpriced, I think, but it really is a beautiful rug. It's actually really soft, and at first I kind of felt bad about putting it in our kitchen because I'm like, what if it's gonna get messed up, because it's like really soft low pile, but it is amazing. amazing. It was perfect for the kitchen. We go through there all the time. There's a lot of movement, and for all the time that we had it, we had like months and months and months. It never wore out. It looked really good, just as good as the first day we got it. I also dropped a ton of food because duh, it's the kitchen, I'm cooking, and the stains hit so well in that rug. It was crazy with the design and the kind of like colors and tones that it had. It really hit it super well. Again, the only reason I got rid of it was because I wanted something different in the kitchen. So I wanted something a little bit bigger that would cover more surface area. That's the only reason I got rid of it. So would I buy it again? I definitely would. I think if it were to go on sale, I would buy it again, even though I've already sold it, but I would buy it again for like a different home and a different style. I definitely would get it again. I really loved it. It was a great rug. The other one that I think I bought almost at the same exact time, maybe the same day even, was the rug for our bedroom. I hated this rug from the very beginning. I don't know why I had so much beef with it. I bought it on sale, thankfully, but I just didn't like the colors. Like, I thought it would look so much better online, and in person it just was not it. Like, I tried to make it work. I tried to make it work in the bedroom. I tried to make it work in the living room, and it was just not, it was not it. Also, it was like really crappy, cheap synthetic material. So like, it almost felt like plastic. It wasn't like soft. It was like plastic feeling. Like, I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't think even if you paid me I would buy that rug again. I've had the famous McGee wool rugs in almost every single size. I had it in, I think it was a 5x7 and then the 3x5. I could never get the other, like the largest one, 10 by something, 10 by 8 maybe. I did love those rugs. I think they still are absolutely stunning. There's a reason why they're so popular and so many people have them in their home. They are so beautiful. I always had the gray one, and I think now there's like a cream one with like beigey or tan stripes. That one's also gorgeous. I've also seen, I think it's like a navy blue one. It's so beautiful. It's such a simple design. It really goes with so many things and with so many different styles. So I absolutely love that rug. I would buy it again and again if it was on sale. The two sizes that I had never fit anywhere in our home, so that's the only reason that I got rid of them. I probably would have bought the large one if I hadn't found some of my other living room rugs. So I would definitely say that this is would buy if it's on sale rug. The next ones are some bath mats. So I know you're gonna be like, bath mats, like why? I think they're technically bath rugs, so we're going to count them. So I got this one with the fall leaves and this green one. Well, it's like gray. It's supposed to be gray, but I think it looks more green than gray. I actually love using them to put under Loki's water bowl. So it's kind of like his food station. I think it's such a genius idea because it absorbs the water that he literally like chucks everywhere when he's drinking. And it's a cheap bath mat. So you can just throw it in the laundry and get it cleaned up every couple of weeks or every other week, and you're good to go. Like, you don't have to worry about cleaning up after your dog or like making sure that he's not splashing water and dragging it everywhere. So I needed to include that because they are technically bath rugs and they count in this section. Honestly, I would buy them again. I would put them in Take My Money, which is kind of funny because they're the first ones going into the Take My Money category and they're just a simple bath rug, but I really love them. I think both of these are sold out. They don't sell them anymore at Target, so I will try to link a couple of really like neutral, simple ones in the description because I really think that they're so cute. It just makes your dog's like food station and like their water bowls look so cute and like part of your home instead of just kind of like some ugly bowls that are there in the corner. It's just such a small detail, but I think it really like adds to it. Let's do some living room rugs now because I feel like that's the one that I've struggled with the most. Did a lot of research and looked through so many freaking rugs I can't even remember, and I finally found one from Amazon that I absolutely love. So that one's going straight to Take My Money because I would buy it again and again. I bought it at full price, so that's how you know. Yeah, it is a washable rug. We've never tried to wash it in like our washing machine because our washing machine is like really tiny, but it is a washable rug. Even if you don't put it in a washing machine, it's really easy to just like wipe it clean. We never had any issues with like staining or anything like that. The only downside I would say, because I do like the thinness of it and it's kind of like a foam texture, so I think that's really nice because most of the other washable rugs, it almost feels like a thin piece of fabric. This one has a little bit more give to it because it's like foam kind of, but it does have these like really thin like textured lines. It's not a huge deal, but we are floor people. We love sitting on the floor, as you can see I'm on the floor right now. So that one, like if you would lean against it like this, like you would have the imprints on your hand. So it wasn't ideal for what we needed in our living room space. Like I wanted something that would be like softer and like cozier and we can like lay on without pillows and it wouldn't be like uncomfortable. That's the only reason we switched it out, and it actually worked out because we put it in our office, which we absolutely love. I love how it looks in there, and it is a really beautiful and like neutral color. Depending on the lighting, it could look more beige or it could look more gray. In our living room, it definitely looked a little bit more beige, and in our office it looks a little bit more like grayish blue. So I think that that's really pretty, but regardless, it looks beautiful. So I would pay that again and again. It's also really, really big, so for the price point, like even though it is a little bit more expensive, I still say it's well worth it because it's such a big rug. I splurged on another Studio McGee rug. Now looking back, I'm like, what was she thinking? I should have known. So I bought this rug. I think it was like $350. I did have like a coupon or it was like on sale or something. So I didn't pay like full price for it technically, but I struggled with this one. I don't know if I want to put it in Not Even If You Paid Me because it's a really gorgeous rug. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. I really loved how it looked. I have several issues though. One, that thing I mentioned already, that like Target, it runs kind of pink, or sometimes like whites run a little bit yellow, or like creams run a little bit yellow. So there's always like, there's never like a truly neutral color. Like it's always a little bit pink or a little bit yellow. I don't like that about certain Target products, and this one definitely ran a little bit like yellow. So it was like a cream color or an ivory color, but definitely more yellow, which I don't like against our couch because our couch kind of has like blue tones. So it just brought out more yellow and just, it didn't look that great. But the biggest issue with this rug is it sheds like crazy, which if you've had wool rugs, and we had wool rugs before, all the Studio McGee ones were wool, that's something normal from a wool rug, but it was so bad. All the other ones have shed before and it's not a problem, but this one, it literally felt like stuffed animals were exploding all over our living room. I would vacuum and a second later it was as if I didn't vacuum. It was really, really bad. And I think maybe if you have a light colored floor, it wouldn't be too noticeable, but because we have such dark floors and it's that really creamy color, it would really stand out. Mind you, like we vacuum all the time because we have a dog that sheds like crazy. So even though I had seen in the reviews that people were saying that it sheds like crazy, I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like we vacuum all the time. We've had other wool rugs that shed. This one is on another level. I agree with the reviews. It sheds like crazy. It's a gorgeous rug. It really is. And it's like super soft and cozy, but it sheds way too much. And so I think for that reason, I'm gonna put it in Not Even If You Paid Me, because it is a really beautiful rug, but I wouldn't do that to myself again. There was so much vacuuming in my life. And before I talk about the final rug in the living room, I'll go through a couple more rugs because they weren't necessarily living room rugs, but they like went back and forth trying to make them work. So the first one is this gorgeous green one. I posted a ton of pictures on Instagram with it. I loved it for our office. I really wanted like a moody green tone in our office, and I thought it was so beautiful. It was such a gorgeous rug. It was a washable one, and it's like what I mentioned before, that it's almost like a very thin fabric. Normally that wouldn't be a problem, but we have carpets in our rooms, so when we would put the rug, it would literally like bend up, or any little movement, and like my husband backed out his chair, it would just all crinkle up, and I hated that. Like it pissed me off so much when I would go into the room and all the rug is like crumpled in one place. I was just like, oh my god. If you had put it on hardwood, no problem, you know, like you just lay it out, you put a mat underneath or use some rug tape and it doesn't move. But on carpet, like you can't, because you step on it and it's so thin that it just like folds. Like it's pretty much like putting a fabric on carpet and then stepping on top of it. Like it gives immediately. So it didn't work out. I tried it in our living room, but in our living room it looked completely different. The tones of light that come into our apartment are really different if you go into our rooms or if you're in the living room. In our living room, it was like completely a different vibe, and it wasn't what we were trying to go for in the living room, which we wanted to be like brighter and airier because this place is so kind of dark and moody. So it's a beautiful rug. I would say not for me, but not half bad, because it was really beautiful and I think it would look great in other people's houses, but just not in this one. And going along with that same concept, so once that rug didn't work out, before we decided to move the living room rug over to the office, we bought a different rug. So if you remember, I posted about this runner on my Instagram because it was such a steal. I think it's less than 50 bucks. I think it might be 45. They still sell it at Target. It's a gorgeous rug. And that one's easy. That one's take my money. I still have it. I still use it. It was in our kitchen and now it's in our guest bathroom. It's a really gorgeous rug. So I figured if I like that rug so much, I will just get the really large one for our office. No problem. But because it's so much bigger, the design, even though it's exactly the same, it looks so different on a really big canvas. So I think we got the 8x10 for the office, and we kind of had the same issue with the previous rug that it's not as thin as the other washable rug. It's a lot thicker, but we had the same issue that like my husband's chair would move or we would walk on it and it would crumple up, so it wasn't ideal. And then it also just looked so different. It looked like really blue, which like obviously it has like blue undertones, but in the office it looked even more blue. And it was giving like Scandi or like boho vibes, which isn't exactly what we were going for. So even though the runner is in the take my money, the larger rug, which is exactly the same design, I would put not for me but not have that, because it is a pretty rug, but I think it just has a completely different vibe and it was just not working for our place. Now, the final living room rug is the one that I am currently on, and I am obsessed with it. We've only had it for like a month and a half now, but we love it. It's so gorgeous. So that one's definitely take my money. I would pay full price for it. And I think full price, it's like $700 or something like that. Obviously, we did not pay that. I bought it on sale, I think for like 200 something. I can't remember, but it is gorgeous. It's this beautiful white color, definitely like a true neutral white. So it doesn't run yellow, it doesn't run pink, it doesn't run anything. It's just white. It's super, super soft, and it has this really subtle pattern on it, which I really love. I think a rug like this would be beautiful for a nursery. We don't have kids or anything, but I think it would look so good. And because it's just like soft and cozy and like very simple design, but it still has something. So it's not just like a flat white rug that's like really boring. It has like a little something special. So I think it is such a cute rug. I really love it. So that's a take my money for sure. And the final kitchen runner I actually just recently bought off of Facebook Marketplace, and that one is also a take my money. I think it is a great runner. It's actually not that expensive. I think even if you buy it at full price, it's really pretty. It has a really subtle like diamond design on it that if you look at it from certain angles you almost can't see, which I think is really cool because it kind of changes the way that the rug looks from different angles. And it's a really pale like neutral color, really pretty, a subtle design. I'm really kind of vibing with that lately, like having a more neutral pattern. I was definitely more of an intense pattern girl before, but your style definitely changes as it goes. So I think having a neutral pattern, a neutral color makes changing your style and decorating for the seasons and all of that much easier. That's not to say that I stay away completely from patterns, because for example, the one in our bathroom or the one in our office, those also have a lot of pattern, but I think the color tones that are in your pattern are important. So if those are neutral enough, then you can kind of get away with the pattern. So really love those. And speaking of pattern, the rug that is in our bedroom, absolutely gorgeous, and that's a take my money for sure. One of the more expensive rugs I think I've bought, but it's perfect. It's so soft. Like that's probably the softest rug that we own. It's so soft. It's a really low pile. It's so pretty. It really is. It's gorgeous. Like I really contemplated putting it in the living room, like taking it out from under our bed and putting it out here because it's so pretty, but we found this one thankfully, so that one can stay in our bedroom. But it really is so pretty. It would be beautiful in a living room, a nursery, like anywhere. It's really a gorgeous rug. A little bit more on the expensive side even though it's on sale, but I really love it, so I definitely would pay full price for that. Okay, and I think we have a couple more rugs. I did have another rug in our bathroom that I had seen actually someone on Instagram share, and I don't know why it looked like so nice in their bathroom, and then when I put it in ours it just didn't work. It kind of was the same like fake plasticky texture as this one here. I would say it's somewhere between not for me but not have bad, because it wasn't a terrible rug. It was a pretty cheap one for a huge size. I think it was like 40 bucks or something for like an 8-foot runner. It was huge, and obviously you get what you pay for, so the quality was not amazing. I feel like the design, which was so pretty on the pictures online, looked kind of like smudgy. I would say it's somewhere between not for me but not have bad and not even if you paid me. So I wouldn't want it, but it could work for other people. I guess that sounds like more not for me, but not have bad. So I'll put it there. And now the one that we currently have, I actually got it on sale during the Amazon Prime Day sales. So I think I only got it for 30 bucks, which was crazy. And I think it's really pretty. It's really soft. It's cute. I'm just like not crazy about it. It is a gorgeous rug though. So I would say I would buy it if it's on sale, because I did buy it on sale and I would do it again. But I think that is all the rugs that I've owned, even including some bath rugs, which was an extra special bonus for you all. So I hope that you got something useful. Maybe there were some rugs that you've been thinking about, so you can get some of my opinions and see if the rugs will work for you. I will link all of the rugs that I can in the description below. So if you are interested in some, again, just because it didn't work for me doesn't mean that they can't work for you. But hopefully, you know, you can take the comments that I made about each one and see if it will work for you. But I thought that this was really fun. I've always wanted to do a ranking video and I couldn't think of like what I would want to rank, but I feel like now I have a lot of experience with rugs. I was always struggling to find rugs that I liked that were at a good price. So I think I finally found some that I really like that I'll probably have for a long time. So I'm super happy with those rugs. You know, this is just to honor the ones that didn't quite make the cut and to put down the ones that really just were not it. But yeah, I hope you all liked this video. If you have any questions about any of the rugs that I mentioned, maybe you're still not sure if it's right for you or not, feel free to leave it in the comments and I'll try my best to help you out. And if there's anything else that you would want me to rank, let me know in the comments. I think it would be so fun to do another video. I just need to think of what else I could rank. But make sure that you are subscribed and that you follow me on Instagram, and I will see you all very soon in another video. Bye!